Hi, I'm Vicky from St Luke's Preschool and I'm one of the teachers here on staff and the 2IC. Today we're talking with Brooke from Cedars Christian College about the skills your child has for school readiness. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. So firstly, what does a day look like for the kindergarten classroom for children at Cedars Christian College?
Yep. So a typical day at Cedars, in term 1 in kindergarten, Cedars students attend for 4 days a week. So they come on Mondays and Tuesdays, have a rest day on Wednesdays, and then attend on Thursdays and Fridays. We have a strong focus at Cedars on literacy and numeracy in the early years of school. So a typical day will start with some praise and worship and devotions in the morning, and then into our literacy session. We have a break for crunch and sip, and then some more literacy, and then a recess break. After that, maths in the middle session, and then in the afternoon we spend some time doing the other KLAs, so things like physical education, art, history, geography, things like that.
Fantastic. So the KLAs are like the developmental domains and curriculum focuses. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
What skills does a kindergarten teacher expect a child to have prior to starting school?
Yeah, so there are a few things that we're looking for. At Cedars, our focus is on learning readiness rather than academic ability. We know that children are all different and they start school at different stages of development, and that's totally fine. And our strongest focus, I suppose, that we encourage parents is to focus on those social and emotional skills. So there's a few things that we are hoping that children will develop prior to starting school. One of the main ones is around emotional regulation or emotion management. So starting to understand how to calm themselves down if they're feeling strong feelings such as worry or anger or excitement. We're also looking for some friendship skills. So knowing how to initiate play with others, how to join in a game, and also some simple strategies to solve problems in a positive way. Some self-help skills are really important as well. So being willing and able to ask for help when they need it. And also just the ability to dress themselves, toilet independently, pack and unpack their bag by themselves, and some personal hygiene like washing their hands and blowing their nose. And then the last thing that we're starting to look for prior to starting school are some skills for learning. So we should see before starting school children starting to be able to focus their attention for a longer period of time, listen carefully and ask for help. And being able to read their own name is really helpful in a kindergarten classroom as well. There's lots of times where they're looking for their name on a bag hook or somewhere in the classroom on a book. So being able to recognise their name and write it is really helpful as well.
Yeah. They're all great skills at being ready for kindergarten.
Yeah.
They change slightly once you start school.
Yep.
What does a kindergarten teacher expect once their child has started in the classroom?
Yeah, so I know going from a play-based setting into a classroom is a transition for students. So as the year progresses, we're obviously looking for them to be able to focus their attention for longer periods of time and concentrate on tasks that we start in small increments and slowly stretch that out. Literacy and numeracy, as I said before, is our main focus. So in literacy, we start learning about the letters of the alphabet and the sounds that they make. Students learn how to manipulate those sounds, and by the end of kindy, you'll see that they're reading text, simple text independently and writing sentences to communicate their ideas. And in numeracy, there's lots of opportunities to explore and solve problems. We explore number and measurement and space in kindergarten, and we have a strong focus on problem-solving skills there. So students learning how to solve mathematical problems, and we also have a focus on equipping them with mathematical language that allows them to explain their reasoning and justify their ideas.
Thank you. What is just 5 top tips that Cedars Christian College would like to share with parents to support their families in preparing their child for school readiness?
Yeah. There's lots of things you can do at home to prepare your child for school, and the main thing that we encourage is that you read with your child every single day for as long and as often as you can. Secondly, it's really helpful if children are used to being part of a larger group. So if they're in an early learning centre, that's great. Otherwise, participating in things like story time at a library, a church Sunday school or a play group or a music or a sport activity group is really helpful as well. Thirdly, we encourage the development of problem-solving skills. So this is on the parents a little bit to just at home try and pull back. If it's a simple problem, something that's gone wrong, giving the child space to try and start solving that problem themselves, or ask for help if they need it. And that takes self-control. But yeah, if you can allow the child to just start those beginning problem-solving skills, that's really helpful as well. We also ask that parents provide opportunities to help start building that focus and attention span and the ability to share and take turns. So that starts small, maybe 5 minutes, doing something that the child likes. So a puzzle, a jigsaw, a colouring in or a craft activity or some Lego, and just slowly building that over time so that they can focus their attention for longer periods of time. And doing that with something that's not screen-based is really helpful. And then we also just encourage sharing and taking turns, things like board games at home or playing a game outside where they do have to share resources and take turns with one another. And then the last thing that we find really helpful if parents have started doing before the child comes to school is developing good routines at home, particularly around saying goodbye. That's the main one. At Cedars, we encourage a strategy that we call kiss, cuddle and high five. So before you farewell your child, start building in that kiss, cuddle and high five, and the child knows once they've had the high five, it allows you to physically separate a little bit from them and they know that you're going but that you'll be returning. And just some practice in being left with a carer other than their parent or primary carer at home is really helpful as well.
All great tips. Thank you so much for those.
All good.
If you'd like to know more about Cedars Christian College, please feel free to give the office a call or have a look at their website.